Yes, I woke up this morning with a sense of, darling, you and um, yesterday sort of echoing on my mind. And then I turned on the news. I think it was, maybe Democracy Now!, Al Jazeera, maybe a French station, maybe, but I didn't do the French station. But anyway, I got a briefing on, prisoners being released and blah, 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 blah. But then I was thrown into a very serious debate about healing in general. Like, healing in general, I think by anybody who's ever gone to a university, or even a college, or even a child can see that the body heals itself. Continually, the body heals itself. Sometimes I think women should be stronger in that sense because of the menstrual cycles that every month they're healed. That healing process goes on every single month. But people don't like to talk about these things too much because I feel we're coming through as a human race. We're coming through a tsunami of curses. Curses. Now, if you don't know what a curse is, go back to Shakespeare's time, or times before that, or some of the backhills of Ireland, or the backhills of Texas, or backhills of anywhere on the planet. Everywhere and anywhere, people were cursing one another. They do it today, and they don't even realize they're doing it. The definition of a curse that was given me was to wish ill, to wish anything negative on anybody. You see what I mean? How can how can the generals and the warmongers and the so forth, you know what I mean? I mean, not to wish ill even on your enemies, That's where it comes in, love your enemies. It's just a formula for getting through the mire of all of these curses. I don't think animals curse. They might carry a curse through somehow, but the origin of all curses, I believe, are humans. Because the human being will turn a natural phenomenon, something very nature, and turn it into a curse, and so forth. Producing, I'm sure if iron was needed, it's where it is, I suppose, to dig it up and make weapons and stuff these are huge questions, but I feel it's all to do with this mire of curses, which I feel we're going through the sort of like the human, we could say, well, as humans we're going through all this. Whether, to what extent it existed in the animal kingdom, or in creation of the animals, coming through dinosaurs and all that stuff. At what point the human being, because the statement I've just made is about that. I felt that all curses come from humans. However, I feel there was what I would call the extreme curse going on between the animals somehow, leading up to this. And so I think the human arrived on the scene as like a savior to, and there's also a completion to the creation. But coming as a completion to the creation, but also as a savior to all the animals on the planet who are looking to us now for our loving conclusions and way out of all the suffering. Like the philosophers, a lot of them anyway, the scribes and scholars might say, oh, suffering is just part of the trip. Yes, I would agree. There's hot and there's cold, and there's you got to we've got to stand up or fall down. I mean, there's balance, and so when you lose balance and fall, you suffer. And you go too hot, you burn. If you go too cold, you freeze. It's just a system. It's a guiding system, and but it's tricky. I feel it's tricky because I like Mick Jagger's the nature of my game. That's what the song about the devil's whatever it was. He was saying, "What's confusing you is the nature of my game." Well, all these people who come on, people say, "You're one yourself." Well, anyway, maybe. I would hope so in a sense. And what I'm trying to say is all these people who come on seem to feel that they want to help, but themselves and their fellow man. And, like, on the world scale, you're talking about all the philanthropists. I'm one today, because where's, show me the money, So these rich philanthropists consider themselves intellectually more superior, and that's backed up by all their institutions and churches and universities and everything else. They oh yes, and so the philanthropists do their thing, like whatever they're going to help humanity. What? But what's their idea of humanity? To some, unfortunately, they have this belief that humanity is like the white race, and that everything else is sort of like just evolving out of the animal kingdom. Now, it's a very interesting concept. And where does it get us? Does it make any sense? Well, I think one has to consider the big picture. And divinity, ultimately, I believe, keep the faith, but I believe divinity ultimately is what is. It's just, for me, this divinity, it's like the cards have been shuffled, like in the divination with cards, you can imagine, the cards are shuffled, and then I'm dealt all these cards, and I throw them up in the air, and they become this room, and me, and all of this stuff, I'm going to stop here as an introduction to what I want to say, because what I'm moving on to from here is, I feel what's coming to me is some very, very, very clear insights into what we're dealing. I have just verged on the tsunami of curses. But as we're coming through all this stuff, and hopefully beyond, like the Aquarian age, of love and harmony, awaiting us, just there. So to bring it on, we need this clarity. I feel we need clarity. Well, I say this. We need clarity. If you think that this, or what I am going to say is going to be clear to you, you'll have to tune into part 2. Because if I'm just going to try and hold my thoughts together and begin again with what I got this morning when I turned on the news, what was coming to me. Okay. All right. For now, bye, and one's love.